Hello, and thank you so much for listening to our best of at the beginning of January. This is us just popping in to say next week we've got on a very special guest who is doing their Soho show on the 9th of January at the Soho Theatre. It's called No More Mr. Nice Chelsea. It's starring Chelsea Birkby, my amazing tour support. I love her. Catherine.
She's so nice and she's so funny and she goes here at Soho, and then when you tune in on the 12th to listen to us talk to her, you'll be like, I actually saw her at Soho Theatre, so don't worry about it.
You gotta go. It's the show of a lifetime.
Go.
Run! Hello! And welcome to Trusty Hogs!
Hi, Hogs!
Hi, Hogs!
Hey, Hogs!
How are you?
How are you?
How has your week been?
How was it?
Like, think to yourself for a moment.
That's a good
what
point.
have you accomplished? We're going to talk about our amazing fucking lives. We thrive, we move, we travel, we chill. And then we're going to listen to your lives, which are dog shit, to be honest.
They're not great.
Seriously.
They're not great. Essentially, we're disgusting, we're reliable, but we're here, most importantly, for you. And we just want you to trust us with your problems.
Through the fog, step forth the trusty hogs. Yeah, you're gonna give them your problems and they will solve them. Or maybe they won't, and that's your problem. They'll have guests and Andrew White on the tech. Oh, it's Helen and Catherine as the Trusty Hogs. Trust the Trusty Hogs, or maybe not.
I think the last time I spoke to Helen, she was buying chickens.
Yes!
Why would you bring this
No.
Oh, shit, sorry.
So basically,
Why?
my neighbour Jim, who had the chickens, got drunk and forgot to close the door. So
Why would you mention this? And it all happened on my birthday, so then she calls my birthday Chicken Death Day. What's wrong with you, Ed?
4 died. And I woke up in the morning and I was making my coffee to look out on chickies, because that's what I did in my morning.
Hot chickies.
And one of them had died on the trampoline, bouncing.
No,
And its
no,
head was
Helen.
gone, so I can only assume it bounced into the mouth of the fox.
That's all you can assume, is it?
Chicken died bouncing. Chicken died bouncing, Ed.
So the only
And I'd
assumption
hugged
there
all of them.
is that the chicken got on the trampoline to have a bounce,
Yeah. Chicken
its
was
head
running
fell
for
off.
its life and it was like,
bounced too
Bounce
high,
time.
and went into a helicopter.
yeah, chicken died bouncing. Chicken died.
Thanks, Ed.
Sorry.
That's a second episode just monopolised by this. Great.
It was awful.
The other thing I spoke to you
Feathers
about,
everywhere. Feathers everywhere.
Helen Bauer, I passed my driving test.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I can drive.
Oh my God, I'm so proud
I
of
can
you.
drive. Isn't it good?
Oh,
I know. I'm proud of me.
Oh my God, I can't believe you did it.
Neither can I.
Wait, when?
No one passes on the first
Just like
time.
just now?
Wednesday.
Stop.
I know, and I was on a big roundabout too, and I still did it.
Catherine Mary Joseph Bohar.
Thank you.
How many majors and minors? Is that what you asked
Well, obviously
for?
no majors.
No majors.
4 minors.
Four
I know.
minors is kind of cute.
I know, right?
It's
You can
kind
have
of cute.
16, and it's like, I'm 4, which I said to the guy, but he didn't get it.
Oh my God,
That's
so tell me
it.
about your examiner.
His name was Chris. He was an Arsenal fan. I loved him.
How do you know he's an Arsenal fan?
Oh, I chatted to him the whole time.
Classic you.
Obviously.
Yeah, you charmed him.
My biggest test would have been the silence, so I wasn't having that. I was like, that won't work for me. Oh, I'm loving how proud you are of me. I didn't expect it. It's so earnest. It's gross.
God,
but you
this is
can't come in my
amazing.
car. Okay.
I said I wouldn't eat in it. And I'd wear knickers.
No wanking?
Why would your friend learn to drive if it couldn't be a wanking mobile? I have this vision of myself being in a car, going down the mall up to Buckingham Palace, and then climaxing as I get to the Queen
Oh,
Victoria
sweet.
fountain.
You can never come in my car. And I
an
mean
option.
come in my car. Or come in my car.
Tell me, I've heard of these moments before.
You don't understand
I
Parish
don't
Announcements.
drive.
I'm ploughing through here,
Oh,
please.
I wanted to
Oh my
ask-
God,
okay.
it's crazy. Also news, I'm going to Montreal.
Yes!
Yay!
I knew this one. I
know you knew this
Oh my
one.
God,
I'm
it's
so
good.
excited. I've been invited to the International Comedy Festival at Just for Laughs in
You'll
Montreal.
be there by the time this goes out.
I know. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I actually can't believe it.
I
It
mean-
feels like a real like I think I'm gonna feel like such a nobody because the people who go there are so famous that it'll be like being a new comic all over again in an exciting way of like I have to learn to like practice a chill poker face because at the minute I'm like I'm just when I think about the people who are going I'm like oh my god.
tell us who's going.
And I can't do it.
You can.
And no, I can't keep up the lie, I don't think. No, I failed my driving.
Wait,
we were gonna lie to you, but I couldn't do it.
1 second.
I couldn't do it.
1 second. You're genuinely going to Montreal, and then no, just for the listener. What happened there is Catherine said she passed a driving test. I was over the moon for my friend, and then you said. And now I'm going to Montreal, which I already knew. And I was excited, and I wanted you to tell everyone about who else is going there. Then your face dropped in a way that went, I can't keep up the lie anymore, which made me think, as your friend and colleague,
that I'd lied about Montreal.
I was also invited to Montreal.
Oh, no.
You hadn't told me.
Why would I know
that? My agent were in cahoots, and she told me I hadn't got it. Wait for this, because Catherine wanted to reveal it on the podcast. So instead,
That's
what happened is you went, I failed my driving test. Right, I'm sorry. Get your bag out. We're having a flapjack. Get your bag. Get your bag. I'm sorry you failed. No, get your bag. Get your fucking bag. For the listener who's not watching on YouTube, Catherine is now going towards her bag. Feel fucking bad. Feel real bad. You were smoking at my age, right? I've had cigarettes with you before.
I smoked so much in my life and I miss it so
You were
much.
smoking last month, Sindhu. Why are we acting like it was Helen's age?
Between August and December 30th, I smoked all the time.
Wow. I'm proud of you for vaping, because that seems better.
It is better.
You're a vapist.
I just explode. I just explained to you it's not that bad.
Okay.
I told you she's not nice to me.
She's
in
great.
our intro.
She's
like,
great.
Catherine was like, I love her so much. She's so great. And I was like, yeah, she's great. But she's like, you do bully me a bit.
What? She just stands up to you.
Online, anything I post, any slight spelling mistake, or God knows what a comma is, but apparently you do.
Well, you don't.
It doesn't matter.
To who?
And then I just get
My eyeballs bleed.
Sindhu Vee's replied to it, and I'm like, oh, this will be funny. But it's never funny. It's just
Because
like,
I
oh,
love
actually,
you.
Helen, it's this. And
Wow.
it's like, it's not helping anyone. It's
it's
just,
helping
it
you.
pisses me off.
I don't care.
I don't learn. I don't learn.
But that doesn't
Never
mean I
learn.
won't try. Remember the story of the sage and the scorpion. Never forget that story.
What story?
Tell us
This is the thing.
What
No
story
one
is
knows
the sage
it.
and the scorpion?
So one time there's this guy and he's at the banks of the Ganges hanging out because he's like, whatever, doesn't do much. And then he sees a scorpion and it's walking towards the water and it's going to drown. And then he sees a sage walk by and the sage picks up the scorpion and puts him on the dry step. And of course the scorpion bites him and a bit of poison goes in the sage. He's a little affected. And then the scorpion, as soon as he puts him down on dry land, again walks towards poor spelling,
Yeah.
walk towards the water, and the sage brings him back, and he stings him again. And if you are repeatedly stung by scorpions, you'll die because you get too much poison. This happens 3-4 times. The spelling is not getting better. Scorpion is heading towards the water every time. Sage is bringing him back, saying it's apostrophe R-E. Not Y-O-U-R. And then finally, the guy on the bank says, Sage, why do you keep bringing him back even though he doesn't learn spelling? And you know what the sage says? He must be him and I must be me. I will always correct you on Twitter if you spell wrongly. You don't have to learn.
I went to a performing arts school and it was all over. You know what I mean? I saw
Yeah.
2 men
Also, you
kiss
don't-
and I'm like, that's the hottest thing I've ever seen. What's
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah. Also, you don't have to be queer to be into drag. So,
No,
you can
no.
just be like a fan of the art.
I am, but I have been, especially for the last decade or so,
Yeah.
very much a part of a supporter of queer culture. And when I moved to Sydney, I didn't really know what to do, so I just got taken to gay clubs.
Nice.
And I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. I get to dance with hot men and nobody's cracking onto me.
And all the songs have lyrics in it, as they fucking should have. They're done with these techno clubs.
What a bizarrely German-specific complaint.
Yeah.
Like the gay clubs in Berlin, the only place to play lyrics.
Okay, good.
Everyone else is techno. It's
Amazing.
fucking exhausting.
I did go through a techno phase, to be
Of
fair.
course you did. But to rewind, and you didn't know you were bisexual. So
Or have ADHD.
when you
boom, 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 boom.
Oh, I love this.
Girls, boys.
I could do my homework right now. I'm full focus.
Hello and welcome to Trusty Hogs. Oh my
It's a hog
God!
noise.
No,
Okay.
no. Welcome to episode 22 of Trusty Hogs. Oh goodness. No, we're not making the snort a thing, Helen.
Don't you think that's cute though? Like a little sort of like.
You say it every time, and
I
I,
know.
don't think it's cute.
Can you write in the review on iTunes that you want more pig noises?
I was saying like.
That's for you, Helen, babes.
Oh, for
Love you.
goodness sake.
Hello, Hogs.
Hello, Hog.
Oink, oink, oink. It's lovely to be here.
But could you actually oink for us?
Like,
Yeah!
oh yeah, sure, of course.
So, what's the biggest name you drop in the tour show?
Buzz Aldrin.
That is a big name to
Yeah,
drop.
that's my
Whoa.
biggest name.
So you've met Buzz Aldrin?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, well, this is the thing.
What?
My first ever Radio 4 panel show, and, you know, you've been doing stand-up for a little bit, you get an agent, usually kind of goes in that order, and then work sort of starts changing, these things you fantasised about, seeing other people maybe that you've gigged with doing, and so I got booked for a Radio 4 panel show, which was already, I was so gloriously
Please,
happy,
yeah.
excited,
I'm moving this
and then they rang up to tell me who else was on and go through the games, and they were going through who was on, and they opened with Jimmy Carr. So I was just trying to like silently, without being a dweeb to them, react to the fact that like, fucking hell, Jimmy Carr is one of the most famous comedians in the world. He's one of the best gag writers who's ever lived. Like,
And I'm doing a
Jimmy
show
Carr,
with him.
I'm going to be like, he will shake my hand and know who I am. And as I was trying to absorb this, and they went, and Buzz Aldrin.
What the hell?
I know, from the moon. And that's why I talk about it.
Why was he booked for it, and how did he have time? And what was the premise of the show?
The show, I think it was Museum of Curiosity.
Oh, they can get some like randomly amazing
Yeah,
guests.
randomly amazing people, and it was via John Lloyd, from QI, who's
Yeah.
very well connected and knows lots of people and is lots of people's friends, and so it just was one of those really random things. And then when we had the photograph taken at the end, I don't talk about this in my show, but it was very sweet of Jimmy, because it was the first night I'd ever met him, and obviously I was a very new comic, and he's really
Yeah.
supportive to new comics,
Yeah.
as we know.
To be fair,
And,
he really is.
He really is. And when we were having the photograph taken, I was definitely the lowest status person in the room, so I was sort of out on the edge. And Jimmy said, "No, come here." And he put me next to Buzz Aldrin, and he went, "Touch me, touch him, not touch me." That would be an awful story.
That is, to be fair, one of the things Jimmy Carr has never done.
Never done. No, absolutely not
That we
interested
know
in
of.
any of us. So he said, he went, "Sarah, come here," and then he, in the photo, put me next to Buzz Aldrin in the light, and he went, "Touch him, he's been on the moon." So the photograph, I've just got my hand on the back of Buzz Aldrin.
Just gently caressing Moon Man. That's amazing.
Yeah. So that's my biggest
Holy
name
shit.
drop. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I think my first panel show I was just on was like, I'm not going to name male comedians. No, that's really mean to just be like
Phil Wang.
Yeah.
Russell Kane.
No, I'm not going to list my peers as disappointments just then. Actually,
But sometimes this does happen where something that you think is so great, and then you tell someone maybe from home, family member, and has been like, "Oh my God, I'm going to be doing a thing with Ramesh."
yeah.
Oh,
I know.
yeah. And you're
Yeah.
like, "Oh God."
But it's so arbitrary as well. Like sometimes you'll be like, oh, I'm about to see this like major, like I'm about to see like pointless celebrities or something, which
Yes,
for me is
yeah.
like the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And someone will be unimpressed, and then you'll be like, oh, I'm just gonna go on BBC 4's A Good Read, and I'll be like,
yes.
you.
They're letting
BBC Radio 4's A Good Read with Harriet Gilbert.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think that's quite nice that like you can go to different people for different things. For
Yeah.
I thought
Definitely.
you were gonna be like that. They would have been like, oh, Buzz Aldrin is not Neil Armstrong.
Oh, I see.
Like
yeah.
the shit astronaut.
Yeah.
Was that your reaction?
Yeah, shit
But it's still
astronaut.
in the lineup. Like,
Yeah.
if you know,
The lineup
if you know
of
who Gary, if you know Gary Barlow, you
Yeah.
know Howard and Jason. Right?
Yeah.
So if you know
Buzz.
Neil Armstrong, you know Buzz Aldrin.
Did he
You learn all
seem like
three
more
at
of a
once.
Howie or a Jason?
Oh no! I think he's a Gary Barlow.
Oh, is he?
You know, this is gossip. This is gossip.
Neil's the Robbie.
Neil's a Robbie, absolutely.
Fascinating.
So Buzz was supposed to be first on the moon, but he's quite right wing. He's got some beliefs. Probably very popular now in America. The kind of thing. At the time, they were too scared about what he would say, and he made the
Really?
moon part of his Masonic lodge by he took his Masonic flag up there as well as the
my
American
God.
one.
Shut
No.
up.
No.
What?
Yeah. It's part of his Masonic lodge. He literally go like.
But
Bags
can the
it.
Masons do that?
I mean, if they've got to the moon, then you can pretty much do whatever you like with the moon.
What were they worried he was going to say?
For white people.
Wow, I'm glad you really went for it, and I respect it.
He's gonna punch you now.
Buzz.
Yeah, that's what he does. He punches people.
Does
What?
Descendants, did you not know this?
Sorry, I was
That's
so
on
impressed that
YouTube.
you met him. I didn't know he was a madman.
Sarah, at least then I'll have
No.
touched someone that's been on the moon.
That's true.
It'd be like a meteorite just coming straight for your face. What? So this is not. I mean, this is publicly well known. Actually, I don't think Buzz comes out of this particularly badly. It was no, hear me out.
We've gone from I don't name drop to you talking about Buzz Aldrin on first name terms.
Buzz doesn't come out that badly from there. My Buzz.
See, how can you imagine it? It's worse after wine.
I love
Anyway,
it.
because it was one of those moon landing deniers, and it was in a press junket, and they had lied to get in there, and then were very disrespectful to him. And it's on tape. Essentially, Buzz Aldrin fought for his country. And before the space work that he did.
Yeah. The space industry job.
The temping he did on the moon. And so he's a veteran, is what I'm trying to say. And the man was incredibly disrespectful and was trying to get him to admit he hadn't gone. And imagine if you trained that long, done something that incredible, not only personally, but for the whole of humanity, to have some kid say just because it doesn't fit my narrative of reality, it didn't happen. So he punched him. You can watch it on YouTube.
I absolutely will. I can confirm that I will be watching
In
that
fact,
on YouTube.
everyone, pause now, go away, have a little watch.
We
and
get
come
it.
back.
We
Yeah.
get it. We support you.
Yeah, we were doing this production which needed. I won't go into it. It wasn't the script. It needed bones. It needed a bones,
Like
a
human
body.
bones?
Yes. And Camille bought a reduced chicken from Sainsbury's, but didn't cook it.
No, I cooked it.
No. But you didn't cook it. You left it in the fridge for a while because you were like, well, I'm not going to eat it, so it doesn't matter if it goes out of date further because I'm just going to cook it.
Fuck's sake,
She boiled up the most rancid chicken. Boiled it up. Or did you roast it?
I boiled it and then I roasted the bones.
And her housemate said that the house just stank of death for months afterwards. And the bones stank, at the end of the play, just throughout the play, because they were backstage, this smell would just wave over you through the theatre until the character brought them out at the end. And it was genuinely horrific because it was they smell of death.
Commitment to my art.
You needed to look a human bone. A chicken carcass does not look like a human bone.
I'd say it was quite effective.
It was. Bones are bones.
It's long buried. It's long buried.
And did no part of you ever think, I'll just go to a butcher's and just ask for their leftover bones?
No.
That's weird.
No.
That never.
That never occurred. You don't smoke, do you?
No.
And you're not a smoker?
No.
I'm scared my mother will listen to this. I used to. I don't anymore.
That's good.
I don't
That's very
anymore.
good.
Yeah. Now also makes me feel sick.
Do you know, with me, it's if I get if someone really pisses me off, that's when I get a craving.
Rage. Yeah, I agree.
So,
Because it, in a way, slows down your breathing. I mean, obviously long term also, but don't
well,
you find
yeah.
it makes you it's sort of mindful?
it sort of it's that thing of I remember I'd quit smoking when I used to work at a library. I had this awful boss who was the biggest knobhead in the world, and I'd quit smoking.
Sorry, you used to work at a library.
I did used to work in a library, and I had stopped smoking for about 3 years.
Yeah.
And one day she really was an arsehole with me.
How can you be an asshole when you run a library? If you can't even raise your voice, how do you be mean?
Well, we had offices, didn't we?
Oh, of course.
So I remember the argument. I can't remember what it was about, but she was very rude to me. And I remember the only thing I remember saying to her was, "Oh yeah, what's this in here? Downton Abbey." Because I felt she was. Well, I felt she was throwing her, she was sort of thinking she was above me, and I felt like, oh, what am I, Mrs. Below stairs? What's this, Downton Abbey? And I remember storming out. And it was a rare it was a rare books library as well, and it was in this big, beautiful old Gothic building. So to storm out, to storm out, you had to storm out. But then, because her office was up on this turret, you had to.
So it was upstairs, downstairs.
Yeah, so it was very much upstairs, downstairs. But I had to storm down a spiral staircase, which is really hard to do. Be pissed off, going, oh, fucking hell.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
And then storm through this beautiful old building. So anyway, it pissed me off that much that after not smoking for 3 years and never wanting to smoke again, I went to the shop and bought 20 Marlboro Lights and just stood outside.
Yeah.
Smoking them. And
You showed her.
I tell you what, I showed her.
You
I really
actively
did.
damaged your own health, actually.
I damaged my own health.
I'm obsessed with drama school auditions. I only did a couple, but they are fucking terrifying.
Brutal.
So it's did you ever do them, Andrew?
No, a lot of my friends went through that circuit.
Okay, I just saw the whites of your eyes and I was like, oh no. So like, there's like, I'd say 7 drama schools. There's more than that, but there's 7 that people like were like, those are the ones that they want to go to, and they've all got this insane alumni or whatever. And to get into it, you have to do 3 speeches. You've got to do 1 modern day, 1 classical Shakespeare, or like a contemporary of Shakespeare, and then you've got to prepare a song.
Do you want to know about my? So I had to do a song.
I do. How are they playing Sweet Caroline outside right now?
Crazy.
Apologise for the sound quality again.
Nice background.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it. It's a bit of ambiance, you know. So we had to do a song, and so I was like, I'm a really bad singer, and I don't know how to like, hold a tune. And so I got like everyone had like I had this teacher. She was like, just take you back to the basics.
Yeah.
So she taught me this song called The Merry Cobbler, and then
what's the merry? Okay.
Could you give us a rendition?
Oh God.
Oh my God, I think she's starting to cry. Are you hyperventilating?
So, like, I had like actions and stuff as well. Where it's like. Can you imagine that I went places and I actually did this? People actually.
I can see you doing it at RADA.
I cobble.
Please try it again.
It's difficult with this background.
It's really hard because that's really going for Sweet Caroline at the moment on the streets of London.
I cobble. I'm cobbling a shoe right now, if anyone was wondering. And then it goes like, tra-la.
Like, today's my actual birthday.
Did you not say happy birthday?
Happy birthday!
I said happy birthday.
I didn't know.
Oh no, happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Let's do a birthday tit wank on Evelyn. Evelyn, do you want a birthday tit wank?
What?
It's your 34th birthday week. Give her a wank. No, does no one else do that for their friend's birthday?
Helen, what are you talking about?
A birthday tit wank. Do you not want one?
They don't. She doesn't want that.
Oh, is this a consent thing again?
Yes,
Evelyn, I'm sorry you didn't consent. Evelyn, I'm sorry I didn't get your consent.
Why are you yelling at me?
First you touch my boob and then you're yelling at me.
Helen, that is unacceptable. Happy birthday, Evelyn.
This is so funny.
Evelyn, I'm sorry that Helen has a weird birthday tradition. I have a different birthday tradition.
You want to touch my boob? What's your birthday?
Oh, we're doing
tradition?
it.
Okay, there. Thank you. Oh.
What is that? An E?
No, it's my bra.
No, like the size.
She's guessing your size. She's not an E.
It is a knee.
Yeah.
It is a knee.
It's an E.
How did you know?
What?
What is happening?
Oh, how did you get the size right?
Thank you.
Are we 10 minutes
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm loving this.
Okay, great.
I'm loving
Can I
this.
just check is that your special skill? Did you just guess her cup size?
Some people have GCSEs.
Here we go. We told Tessa this is your superpower. And by the way, I've never let Helen do this, but
Fun. Really fun bags.
Really?
Fun. Oh my God. Can I please touch your breast and tell you your bra size?
Yeah, because I don't know it.
It's her secret talent. She can do it. She'll really get in there. Sorry.
I think.
It's going to go around the back.
Isn't it? That's a bit of fun.
This is really
well, you've
fun.
hidden them, but you're not wearing a wire either. So you're
No.
not touching anything. You're not playing around with anything.
No,
here,
no,
are you?
never.
That is a lovely. Wow. You know what? Actually, you're cusping CD, but that's a 32 cusp CD, but I'm going to say D. You could wear a D.
Whoa, that's crazy.
May I please touch your breast?
Yes.
Okay, and are you prepared for her to blow your mind?
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually.
Oh my God. Incredible. I'm coming round. It's so. Oh, it's a bikini top. Yeah. What, single clasp? Yeah. Your size, you need fucking 3 clasper, babe. What are you doing with a single clasp? Did you go to an all-boys school?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's my idea of hell. Was it hard?
Yeah, I hated it.
That's horrific. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. It probably led to some. So my dad is a piano player. My dad's
he is. So cool.
84. So my father is this jazz musician in Ireland, where he spent his whole life working these incredible tunes and flying to LA and making albums. No one knows any of his work, but he wrote the song that you have to learn in school about how to cross the road. Remember one, look for a safe place.
Shut up.
Don't worry, stop and wait. Yeah, he wrote the Safe Cross Code. And so that would be the thing. At a birthday party, Dad would have been working on some orchestral piece for 6 trumpets. And everybody like, do the Cross the Road song. And,
I want to hear the Cross the Road song in full. Can you send me a link to it?
Yeah, the problem with it is, I remember at the time, the
Everyone's
British...
a critic. Everyone's a critic.
The British Cross the Road song was really simple. It was
when you're walking down the street,
is this it?
Mind your head and watch your feet.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't stay alert, you could end up getting hurt. You've got to stop and think and you'll be king of the road.
Really?
Yeah, that was our one.
I mean, the problem is she hasn't broached the tough issue of crossing the road, which is why
you gotta
Helen
stop and think and listen.
just walked around her own block for years and years.
Would this be? It's been broadcast on RTE1 from 50. Would this it? Oh, I'll play it.
It's sung by Brendan Grace, who was the jungle priest from Father Ted.
No.
So I've got to. There's a YouTube adverts, but I'll get it up.
It's a 7-point road crossing.
Oh,
7 points.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You're a jazz musician.
I think this would be
This
it.
is so cool. Your dad's
Know the code. 1, 2.
This is my dad. Here we go. So this is Brendan Grace singing this.
Remember, look for a safe place. 2. Don't hurry, stop and wait.
I mean, this is the sort of banger.
Look all around and listen before you cross the road. Remember, let all the traffic pass you.
Shush, I'm running.
Walking straight across you. Keep watching, that's the safe cross code.
That's a lot better. That is a lot better.
That is a banger.
Yeah.
That is a banger.
That was amazing.
It's so that was my father.
What was
So-
it like growing up with him? That must have been amazing.
Well, what was cool was, so my father was the musical director of The Late Late Show, which is like the longest running
off.
TV show.
Yeah, I know what it is. Are you fucking kidding?
Yeah, but this was in the 70s when you just played. So get this, on the same month in 1972, my dad played with Fred Astaire and Bob Marley on that show. Because the local band just sat in with whoever the musicians were. So yeah, it was definitely a showbiz kind of a family, but it was the dirty end, it was the non-glamour end of showbiz.
Me and Nish Kumar, whenever we get drunk together and it's just the two of us, end up always the same conversations. We have 2 conversations when we get drunk enough, just the 2 of us. One is we recap how we met each other.
Nice.
And we go over that entire story.
That's so cute.
Of the 2 different gigs we did together. There was a gig where I thought Nish was a good guy but a shit comedian, and he thought that I was a shit person but a good comedian. And we would talk about that and how our opinions have changed over the years. And we really go over about basically then we just talk about our friendship for ages. And then there's another conversation we have which is just discussing our top 5 REM albums, and we do it every time.
I've never thought of you as a lesbian couple before, but now I'm like, wow, that's how you are.
Really sweet. Have you ever moved city?
Went to university.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
And I completely understand this issue. I was very nervous about making new friends because I had a lot of friends at home, and none of those friends came to the same university as me.
Yeah.
Did you feel disloyal to your friends from before, or did you just feel like
I
you weren't
thought-
used to being without?
I wasn't used to being without them, and I was like, I should strike out there on my own.
Yeah.
Make some new friends.
Yeah.
My mum said to me, when you arrive in student halls, what you've got to do is you've got to put the kettle on, make a cup of tea,
Mommy Gamble,
and leave the door to your room open, and people will walk past and they'll be like, "Hey, what's going on? What's going on in here?"
Did they?
Right. So I never used to listen to my mum about anything, right? But I was like, okay, well, it seems like,
got the hype from the kettle.
you know, people that smell the tea.
It's really pure. It's so pure. It's
Is that boiling water?
When Ed's so pulling this up a shirt. It's got a burned kettle mark from water from years of people.
So I boiled the kettle a few times. I don't really drink tea either.
Like
by
a
the way.
calling card.
Yeah, just like we've got a reputation on the corridor for being an absolute psycho. Has 15 cup of teas an hour.
Do you have the caffeine shakes?
And I left
Oh
the
my
door open.
God.
I think after about an hour and a half, someone came in, poked their head around the door, and then went, "Oh, sorry," and left again. So pretty bleak. So I do understand that.
I'm so sorry. It's just usually someone writes in a sad story and we help. You just made it
A
worse.
sadder story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I'm really upset.
Oh my god.
Just the idea of you just by yourself, like just
Yeah, sat on the edge of my bed.
Did you put out any biscuits?
I don't think I had any biscuits.
like every time someone walks.
Put on my big Pulp Fiction poster and waited for some friends to arrive.
You know, like in the American Office when he has that party in his hotel room at the conference, and he's like, "Yeah, people have been coming in and out. No, you're all right. People have been, honestly, all evening, just people are like, oh."
Yeah. Eventually, I went and just knocked on my neighbour's door, I think, and said hello. And he was then.
I was about to say, could we please just make sure there's a happy ending so that this person, you know, should they try something that doesn't work the first time, you ultimately made friends.
Yeah, I made friends. My next door neighbour on the corridor,
Amazing.
and we ended up being best mates for all of uni, and ended up.
Men
sharing
can do
houses
that, can't they?
together.
They're just like, well, you're near.
He was like a really good bloke.
Okay,
though, so
good,
it wasn't
good.
like I hated a lot of people.
Okay,
on
great,
my floor,
great,
but
great,
he was a
great.
really good bloke. Also, they were so loud. They stayed up so late.
Oh,
I had to go. I had to go.
I
out
didn't
my
go
room
university.
And tell
I feel
tell
lucky
people
for
off
when I hear
sometimes.
things like this. I'm like, I don't know.
You're around telling people off.
Yeah.
With this kettle being like, we're busy.
Didn't see you running up and down this corridor at 4 p.m. Yeah, now it's
Do you want to be
4 a.m.
friends? Yes or no? Do you want to be friends?
Well, keep it down then.
Are you a bit of a Christmas fan?
I am obsessed. I mean, yeah, like it's cool or whatever. Yeah.
I always find it difficult. People, you know, I love Christmas. I don't like New Year, but I love Christmas.
Correct.
I always feel that people have this thing, I must do this by the end of the year. By January the 1st, it's got to be done. But actually, it makes way more sense to do it astrologically because all the energies that you go through, and Pisces is the 12th sign, and that's the time.
Oh my God,
of-
that means you've got like literally like a week to wrap
Yeah.
everything up.
Oh my God, why would you say that to me?
Is it till March 23rd? Does Aries start March 21st?
First.
Yeah, you're fucked. You've got literally
A week.
like you've got to do it
yourself.
right now.
No, but we're moving her to the end of the year. So, you know, you need to get all that stuff moving. You need to have a nice plan of action. Not too many notes, not too many plans, not too many jotters with things written on.
She's got post-it notes
You know,
everywhere.
not too many post-it notes.
She's got a whiteboard too, Penelope.
Have you got a whiteboard? You haven't got a whiteboard.
I like to plan. Helen, do I come to your house and then report to Penelope?
No, you don't like coming over.
No, I
'cause
don't
it's
because I don't
dirty.
like other people's spaces. But okay. Okay, I'll cool it with the notes.
And let things be a little bit more organic. So, because if you're living in the moment and you're enjoying that experience, it will tip you into the next experience a lot more easily. So every little bit will plan and roll. You don't have to have like a military precision for I need this done by March, I need this done by April. Okay, your taxes, yes, but everything else, no.
Yeah. Okay. And I have a very good accountant, so he'll sort it out.
Do you not do your own?
What if I go to prison, Penelope? What if I get it wrong?
I'll visit her. I've
As
already
if you'd
said.
get it wrong.
Oh, listen, I wouldn't, but that's not the point. The fear of it. I couldn't be living with it.
Just really quickly, do you think I could do my own taxes?
You forget too much. You
have the best guy, Chris. He's lovely, and he says I'm in his top 5 clients for
I
getting
told you
things
I
done on
got an
time.
accountant. Her name's Gemma.
Okay, well,
Gemma.
well done. Gemma.
I can imagine you have like receipts in your pocket from like 3 years ago.
Well, like
there's an app. You can just take the photo of the receipt.
Yeah,
and
I've
then
heard about this app.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've got my Pokemon. I've got Pokemon Go, and it takes a lot of space on my
Of course
phone.
it does.
Yeah.
Much more important than your taxes.
Yeah. I've got all 151 in the Kanto region.
You're horrifying. Thank you, Penelope. I feel.
I'm hoping you feel a bit encouraged.
I do feel encouraged.
Yeah.
You
but I
really
also-
should.
I know. I feel. Yeah. I do feel encouraged.
I also
Thank you.
love, as a friend of Catherine's, like listening to you be like, "You've got this. You're good. Like, stop like
But you
holding
so
on
do.
to things, and like don't think that you can't change things. You've got the whole world as your oyster, and all these things are coming together. And it is like I know you're saying
Thank
it's
you
like
both.
coming up in the next 6 months.
It is.
I feel like things are coming together now for you.
Yeah. Yeah. You're
like
right.
I'm just excited that this discussion's happening about you right now.
Thank you.
Unless it's one of my career goals, in which I'm going to lose it. I don't know. I don't know if I can ask the cards this, but I would love to voice a Disney princess.
Would you?
Yeah.
A kind of sassy one?
Yeah, kind of like one with big tits, I guess.
Yeah, a bit like the girl in Brave.
Kind of like Merida. Yeah, I just think I'd love to voice one.
Would you?
Yeah.
Do you not have a voiceover agent?
No.
Oh, I know such a good one.
Oh.
Penelope's gonna get us work. This is so exciting.
I know a really good agency. Yeah.
You need to, Helen.
Yeah, let me know.
Make your sleepy princess dreams come true.
Do I have to do my liver first, and then can I become a?
Well,
Disney
the thing is, I am a great believer in, the holistic way of doing everything all at once.
Yeah.
And then the stuff that's most important will float to the top.
See, that's amazing. You're gonna fix your liver, and Penelope's gonna get you a voiceover agent.
This is the best day of my fucking life.
I know, right? Now pick some cards.
Define affordable omelette. Because I would love to know where parameters are with this.
I think if you're charging more than £10 an omelette, you're in
That-
no man's land.
That's
that would be
madness.
wild.
No,
That
it is
doesn't
happening. It
happen.
is happening.
No, it's not happening. Where is that happening?
Excuse me. Look, we're not all living in your metropolitan bubble, okay? Some of us.
No,
Get out there.
our point is, of course, you're not charging more than a tenner.
It's happening. This is Britain in 2022. There are people. Go to Soho. Sorry, go to Soho. I didn't want to get this hard too early on it.
You are raising your voice at me, sir. And I just said,
are you eating?
define affordable omelette. And
I'd say
you
less
went,
than £10.
not all of them are living in your metropolitan bubble, you fat bitches. And that came out of nowhere as far as
It
we're
did
concerned.
actually.
And it was weird because we are saying they should be less than a
No,
tenner,
I
and you're
appreciate
eating your omelets at the Ivy. What's happening?
I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know we'd started filming yet. I didn't know we'd started recording. My plan was to have an Airwaves gum before, because I'm very worried I've got coffee breath.
But
No,
we
you've
all
got
have coffee
omelette
breath.
breath.
I've got omelette breath. I actually did pay for an omelette this morning. It is on the mind. It is on
How
the
much
mind.
was it?
It was £7.90. It came with chips and a salad.
No, that's different. That's
a
not just an
bargain.
omelette.
That's a
a meal.
Where are we having that? Some sort of cafe?
Some sort of
Canteen?
cafe.
Canteen?
It was a cafe. I'm not going to name my sources
No,
on air.
and that's not a cafe, that's a caf. A cafe does not serve an omelette
You're right.
with
You're so
chips
right.
and salad.
You're right.
A
This early?
caf serves omelette, chips and salad.
This is a very good distinction. I agree with you.
Thank you.
This was a place where, and I go there a lot.
Yeah.
But this is my sort of treat to myself, because that's a man of the people. I go there, I sit in the corner, and then it has a little stack of Mars bars, and you can buy those as well. Now a cafe wouldn't even go near.
The French don't have a stack of
They don't
Mars
have a stack of
bars.
Mars
Good
bars.
lord.
Well, the difference between a cafe and a caf is a cafe, if you ask for ketchup, they'll bring it to you in a ramekin. In a caf, you never have to ask because it's there.
Yeah, you're so
Your
right.
access to your condiments is free.
And it's in
Yeah.
a sachet, and it's made by a company that
Cornets.
no longer exists.
And it tastes exclusively of vinegar.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, hi, how are you?
It's great to see you. Thank you for having me.
I've got another omelette thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You brought it up and this is your punishment.
Honestly, I go out for omelettes maybe 3 times a week. It is becoming a problem.
What?
I'm a
Yeah,
massive
they're very
omelette
easy to
fan.
make.
I live a vegan household. My wife is vegan, so I live very vegan. We don't have any meat or dairy products in the home. So my treat is once in a while.
Once in a while,
which
3
is
a week. 3 a week, Sean
It
McLaughlin.
is increasingly becoming a habit. I am sweating now.
You're actually having a panic attack.
I'm getting the egg sweats.
Barry, I have so much to tell you.
Tell me
First
everything.
of all, I have a couple of parish announcements. Does any other does any other podcast do parish announcements? By the way, I'm thinking of making it a thing.
I mean, I would.
What's the parish announcement? So when someone's died who wants to do the flowers, she did them for years.
Yeah, well, Helen, here's what I'm saying: is people have dictionary corner, other people have corrections corner. I want to have parish announcements on the Piggy show.
I would
Is
like that.
okay?
Parish
Great.
Okay, parish announcements.
Parish announcements.
Do you have to do it in an Irish accent?
Yeah, and I think you're going to love them. I just do the whole thing in an Irish accent.
No, I'm going to do
Real
mine in an
nice.
Irish accent too.
Okay,
then.
great. Parish announcement number 2. Today is going to be a good day. We're going to get along. We're going to have a nice time. Helen, no interruptions of the parish announcements. Thank you.
Last week, obviously, Catherine did parish council announcements, but if you're allowed to do that as a section, I'm allowed to do Helen's baby
Can I
section.
just jump in to defend
You didn't.
myself?
I know
When
you didn't. I
said
know you
good,
didn't.
good.
I know you
You did. You said we could do
It's
Helen's
time
Yeah, I
for
didn't-
parish
Parish
announcement.
with baby
I've
Howard.
got the pulpit now. Announcement number
Here's the
1.
parish announcement. New birth. Helen Bauer.
With your baby.
Unfortunate death, Helen Bauer. I'm afraid, no. So first parish announcement is that there will be no Helen Bauer baby hour. We have some parish announcements. You ready for it?
Yes.
Are you going to be respectful?
Yes.
Okay, because there's a lot to cover.
So much to
Oh
cover.
my God. No interrupting the parish announcements. Thank you so much.
We need a conch system.
No,
yes, something we hold.
No, this is the conscious system. I created Parish Announcements so I could say something on the podcast. Oh my God, what's wrong with you? And then my third announcement is to say that I love you. You're my good friend. And I would like it on note so that I can treat you whatever way I want when we start the podcast proper. Do you have any Parish announcements? No. Moving on. One of my favourite TV shows was The Secret Life of the Zoo. I loved it. Now, I know zoos are a very tricky topic for a lot of people. I hadn't been to zoos for ages because I was like, oh, they're really, really bad. I also have a little sister who has severe special needs and she fucking loves going to the zoo. Yeah. So I made my peace with the fact that I have to go to a zoo once a year, and it's depressing how much I actually enjoy it. I fucking love The Secret Life of the Zoo. It was a show on Channel 4 and it was a reality TV show where the animals were the stars. They would have on each of the... Do you remember this time? This was a couple of years ago before we did the podcast, and I was really upset about that tortoise. Helen, this podcast only started like 11 weeks ago.
Yeah, you're right.
You don't need to be like, it was a couple of years ago before we started the podcast. How long does it feel like we've been doing this to you? 10,000 years. God, no, Helen, trigger warning if you're going to tell this tortoise story. You're really bad at trigger warnings.
Wow. Wow. I think we need like a trigger warning.
Yeah, I think so too.
Catherine's now going to trigger warning my trigger warning.
Could I just maybe say here's my trigger warning. Helen is going to talk about non-consensual sex between turtles.
Radiated tortoises.
My apologies.
It's okay.
Can we say non-consensual sex?
Yes.
Great.
Whatever the right wording is, you say it.
Let's
100%.
say that.
Okay, so Secret Life of the Zoo. It was supposed to be a really humble show where they show the keepers who look after the animals and how they take care of them and how they how they have babies and like looking after them, and it's like the different personalities of the animals. But like every episode without fail, one of them would die, and I would always take it so badly. It was like the ultimate sort of like, it's like watching This Is Us, right? You know you're not going to be happy at the end of the episode, but you know you're going to watch another one.
Yeah.
And it was like I was in a bad headspace. Tragedy porn. And like this little, oh my God, all the baby elephants kept dying, so I kept on getting elephant chlamydia, and it was just like awful. It was awful.
I'm sorry, what?
They got, there's an absolute pandemic of elephant chlamydia in zoos. It's a bloody nightmare.
Why? Are they having sex with each other?
I don't bloody know. Well, they're all siblings. I don't know. It was awful. And they've got this chameleon called Mr. Parsons, Iguana even, and they've been trying to breed him for so long, and they eventually managed to find like Mrs. Parsons. But every time he like has an opportunity to have sleep with someone, he fucks it. And they got this one from a zoo in Paris.
Isn't that what they want?
They got like a lady one from a zoo in Paris, and they were like, this will be great. They're gonna mate. And there's like hardly any of them left.
Parisian iguanas are the sexiest iguanas.
She was a fucking dick. She literally sat in the corner of the cage and watched him walking over to her for 3 days. And then he nearly made it, and on his last step he fell off. And then she was like, I'm not doing it. And she's never gonna sleep with him now. She doesn't want to have that inside of her. And it was so awful because all the keepers were like, oh, he keeps having these mistakes. It's like, no, he's gay. He's just finding an excuse not to fuck her. And it's like, he knows if he falls, but he's like, it was such a long fall, and he was like, oh.
I love her. She knows her worth. She's like, fucking work for it.
Really, really. But then they have to send her to another zoo in like China to try and find a new mate. But basically, I followed this one storyline so intensely. The radiated tortoises. So there are a group of them.
What does that mean, a radiated
tortoise? It's a breed of tortoise. It's a type of tortoise. They
emit heat?
Like they're in hot climates. They love hot climates. And they all have like little shells, and all of their, like, they make loads of points all over their shell.
Oh, cute.
They're very sweet. And they were all girls. It was just like a hen house of tortoises. And they were called like Mary and Catherine and Jane and Sophie.
I love them.
And then they had one boy who lived with them called Bert. And there was one female.
Was he a school friend?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, wow.
I don't like Bert.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because one of the tortoises didn't have a classic name. One was called Smooth Sides.
Smooth
Sides. I was up for Smooth Sides having a fun anecdote as to why she was called Smooth Sides. Because that happens every now and again with naming animals.
Yeah, and also they're all in a girl house. Like maybe like they went out and had a funny night and she was called Smooth Sides.
Smooth Sides. Smooth Sides was named Smooth Sides because Bert was fucking touching her so repeatedly that the side of her shell had been smoothed down like a mirror to the point where she'd lost her shape of a tortoise. And I know that's non-consensual. I know I can't speak on behalf of the tortoises. It's not consensual.
They named her after her
trauma. They trauma named her. It's awful.
Why didn't they just call her victim 1 and be done with it?
The thing is, he kept going for her because she was so easy to climb on top of.
Because of the
and you could tell Smooth Sides was breaking in spirit. So
she's been named Easy Target.
I know, it's like naming your daughter. Like, I'm not going to play that one.
No, but
even I need to stop. Even I need to stop. But Smooth Sides. So then they were like, okay, well, we need to fix this because Smooth Sides is really miserable and in pain. So they were like, oh, let's.
Now they've decided to fix it.
Eventually, they removed Bert and put him in a separate enclosure.
Finally, somebody did something.
And then Bert faked depression. I'm telling you it was faked. It was so obvious. He was like, oh, there's no one to sleep with here. And
Was he like, I had a really tough childhood too?
Awful.
Fuck off, Bert.
Awful. So they were like, oh, well, I'd rather Smooth Sides be abused than have Bert be sad. They put Bert back in. Then they tried getting
patriarchy.
They got another radiated tortoise called Football, which obviously is going to be someone who sexually assaults. That's mad. And they bring Football in. And Football also went straight for Smooth Sides because she's so easy to climb. So then she was just getting assaulted by Football and Bert. And then she wasn't on the next season of Secret Life of the Zoo. So me and my sister had to go up to Chester.
No, where is she? Is she okay?
I've been up to visit her the last 2 years.
Oh, she's still
I have to pay
alive.
for a hotel. It's a long weekend. And both times I've been up, she's been sleeping surrounded by the other women, which I think is so beautiful.
Oh my God,
she is protected, but Bert's still alive.
Where were they in the hen house, though? She could have done with the protection then.
I know.
Everyone
and I'm
loves to
paying
come to
about £300 a year because she's not been on another series of the show to go make sure she's all right. Because no one else cares.
I care.
I found one blog about her and that's it. It's just
care.
me.
I want to come. That was actually such a beautiful story. Andrew, as the only male voice in the room, do you maybe want to tone down the laughter?
I'm so sorry.
Wow.
She doesn't even look like a tortoise anymore, Andrew.
What does she look like? A triangle?
Smooth.
Like a triangle?
Smooth. Just like a smooth ball.
Oh.
If anyone wants to see any more about this, my Instagram stories does have a highlight called Smooth Sides, which tells the whole story over the last 4 years. Oh. No, my new obsession, I think you're going to be absolutely charmed by this, is riddling.
What is that? Is
like
that sexual?
riddles, like just people reading you riddles.
Oh, I thought you were riddled with something.
I am.
And I was like, no, God, this was inevitable.
I think I'm going to become.
I've been getting into riddles.
The worst thing is, if I got riddled with something, it wouldn't be like a sexy STI. It'd be like worms. Do you remember when kids were younger and they like have worms in their shit?
Do you want me to get some riddles up for you guys?
Yes, I've got 1 or 2 for Catherine now.
Okay.
But no, you get some more up as well.
No, I don't think
just
we
so you
need
know,
more than
I'm
2.
already on riddles.com, so I've already done all of them.
Can I just say that I don't love riddles?
Why not? Do you like cryptic crosswords?
No, I'm really bad at them. And as you know, I don't like to do things I'm bad at.
But it's a combination of a joke and a puzzle.
Yeah, I don't really like puzzles or jokes.
It's the worst form of a joke, though.
It is. Well,
what's the worst form of a joke?
sometimes magicians try to have banter, don't they?
Oh, God, does that count?
No, listen, not to me. Go on.
Oh, we know you love magicians. Sorry, Helen.
Thank you, Catherine. Okay, what has a head, a tail, is brown, and has no legs?
A penny.
This took me. Yeah, a penny, that's correct. That took me 2 hours on a train to Liverpool. On a train to Liverpool. 2 hours before I pressed show answer.
No, it didn't. It didn't.
But what you're saying is like dignity-wise.
Yeah.
From our palms, I would be the dignified
You have
one at the
dignity and I
table.
have duck.
You both have dignity. You both could have ducks.
No.
But you go about things differently, even though you're very similar. And people that know you probably think that you are poles apart. But your actual basic makeup is very, very similar. You're very focused. You're very together. You're very career driven. You're very emotional. You're very, you're both very emotional.
We're good and we cry and we send emails.
Yeah.
You're both very focused on what it is you want and why you want it. The differences are smaller than the compatibility. So the differences between you are less than the things that are similar.
Are you serious? She's a dragon and I'm a goat.
Yeah, but you're
She
both
could
kind
eat
of drama
me.
queens. She could eat you.
We're both drama queens. That's true. I do also think we're like empathic. Was waiting for affirmation there, Penelope.
I just feel like
it didn't. You don't think?
I was waiting for Helen to say, I think yes, we're both empathetic.
I think we are. I think you pretend you're not, but you are. You're
I
very
don't know.
sensitive. That's
Both
crazy.
of you
isn't
are
it?
quite Marmite, actually.
Wow. I think that we're both universally loved. So I don't know where that came
I'd
from.
have said we were the Nutella of people.
Yeah,
That's
right?
crazy
Nutella
to me.
without palm oil, the even more loved version
or
of
like
Nutella.
or butter, real like
no, we're
salted
not.
butter.
We definitely are. Like, I mean,
No, we're
I mean,
Marmite.
every night we go on stage and I see like 5 guys looking at me like, "Fuck off."
No,
I'm like, yeah,
we are the Marmite for sure.
Yeah.
But you're Marmite for different reasons. You're Marmite because you appear to really not care, whereas you really do.
Yeah.
And you are because you care so much sometimes. But it's about different things. You know, it's work, direction, stability, career. Neither one of you should worry, actually, because your pathways are quite clearly.
But what about
marked
our
forward.
love lives? How is she going to get these fucking ducks?
Well, you have to make different choices. And it's about, and the thing is, everybody's got a type. Everybody's got a certain kind of person they go for.
Yeah, I like people who don't like me back so I can fulfill my tragic narrative of being rejected.
No, that's why I had to take out my nipple ring because I couldn't deal with any sort of.
I know,
I don't have one anymore. I don't have one
minging,
anymore.
isn't it?
Okay, first of all, this doesn't feel like a safe space anymore. But second, it
She's
never did. It never.
bisexual.
I had my nipple pierced, but I just couldn't deal with the upkeep.
That's mad.
Why?
Well, you're not a member to take that in the 90s or something.
She could have been.
You don't know me. Oh god, that's funny. I wear a lot of vests. You don't know.
Sorry, so just to backtrack, you think that
Yeah.
during the filming of Spice Girls the movie,
Yes, they had 5 real aliens.
that at that point, like in the in the script, like
Yeah.
Jerry was going to go for a piss, or maybe that wasn't in the script.
I don't think it was
but
in the
they just
script.
thought we'll keep the cameras rolling in case anything happens. And you think
Yeah.
by some stroke of luck
Yeah.
that they happened to catch a real life alien.
I think 'cause it
during
was
the
such
shoot.
it didn't move the story along.
and
It
you're
was incidental.
and none of them
Incidental.
broke character.
No
They
one
just,
broke character. Well, they're in
No,
character because
of
they are
course,
like, you know,
of
Emma
course.
Bunton is Baby Spice. You know, she loves a chubba chub.
Remember when we were in we did like little tiny parts in Ab Fab years ago, and
Yes, you did,
we did. I played. Who did I play? Patsy's
You played
assistant.
Patsy, I was Bubbles' assistant.
And during that, the episode that we were in, Lulu was also in.
Incredible.
And during the read through, she came up to me after we'd done the read through, which by the way was incredible. We filmed it. We were like doing the read through in Pinewood, like in a massive studio. Or maybe it was at
It was at BBC, it was at BBC.
Yeah. And Joanna Lumley, absolute icon in this massive studio, just lit up a fag and just had it. And nobody said anything because that woman she's like a goddess. She can do anything,
I feel
and
like
everything is.
cigarettes wouldn't even make her breath smell.
She's incredible
Because she's just dignity. Have you seen
Yes.
that show where she gets her vagina steamed?
No.
Like on TV. And even watching it, I was like, fair play to you.
Of course, you've seen that.
Fair play.
Of course.
It was a travel show, and then she was like, and we must do as the locals do. And then she goes and gets her vag steamed.
I'd love
So
that.
she's lit up. She's got a fag on the go, and then Lulu came up to me after we'd done the read through and was like, "How would you say my lines? You're really good. How would you say them?" And I was like, "Oh, just you say them how you would say them because you're playing Lulu. So just say them. How would you say that?" And she was like, "No. Can you say it?" And she basically made me.
She made Rose say it, and she repeated it back as Rose said it.
And I was like, "But I'm not Lulu. You're Lulu. The character is Lulu."
Can we do a compliment circle because I do actually
Yeah.
have a lot of hatred towards you right now. So we
Right, hold hands. Do you want to hold hands for a little bit?
Well done, Rose.
That was really sweet.
I do feel like my being here feels like has brought up something within this dynamic
know what
that
happened.
should have stayed buried.
Let's do a compliment circle.
No, we can't do a compliment circle unless we include Charlie.
Am I allowed in this, Helen? I worry.
You have
Okay.
to. It's a compliment triangle.
Yep, turns out I'm in a high stress situation in life at the moment. I'm very, very stressed, hence why my body is falling to pieces. And I've decided to combat that by watching Band of Brothers.
The most stressful
watching
show.
lads get blown up 24/7. Sunil is literally every single day being like, I think you're supposed to be resting, aren't you? And I'm like, they're fucking killing each other. They're currently just in Holland.
No,
And
no.
yeah.
It's only going to get worse.
Insane.
How fit is that cast, though?
Don't.
It's like they are.
What is
so
it about
fit.
soldiers though? 'Cause I don't find soldiers now fit.
Oh, I know, but there's something about it. It's just, oh my God, and the vulnerability, and just, oh my God, they're all so fit.
But is it the whole sort of like the best generation thing? 'Cause obviously
I
they're
think
not the
it's
best
the
generation.
model good looks of the actors.
Maybe it's
I think
that.
it's the modern day masculinity. I think men of that time actually didn't have as perfectly straight teeth, as gorgeous skin, as chiseled, manscaped beards, or all that. I don't think that was actually a thing.
Yeah.
But oh my God, they're fit.
Also, it's really put in perspective on like how much of a rough time they had it in World War II.
Yeah.
Because you know when I watched 1917 last year.
Yeah.
Have we started the podcast by this
No.
point? Oh, they had an awful time of it in World War One.
Oh, you know, people do know that.
Yeah, I watched 1917 towards the end
Was
of the
that
lockdown.
news to you?
Awful. Lads just running around. They thought they were grabbing some dirt. Guess what? Arm of their friend. Awful time. Awful. But then you watch Band of Brothers, you're like, World War II. They would have learned because it's the second one. It's going to be better, right?
They still picked up dirt.
Terrible.
Oh my God.
Absolutely terrible time of it. And worst thing is, they've got machine guns by this point.
Yeah.
But not bulletproof vests, which feels a bit stupid.
Did you just find all of this out?
I knew they had a rough time, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Also, terrible time in winter.
Yeah, no, okay.
They were
yeah.
freezing cold, and if they lit a fire,
Yeah, the
those Germans, can you believe that?
You know, everyone knows
Shot
it was
at
the
them.
Germans.
Awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
No, you guys were the bad
And
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were.
Uh-huh.
We were.
Uh-huh.
But luckily, the lads are really getting in there to Germany. And also, you know, when you're like, I know the ending.
Yeah,
Do you know
sure.
what I mean? Like,
sure.
it's fun watching war stuff, but you're like, we win.
No, the Germans didn't win.
No, I'm speaking from the English side of me.
Oh, okay.
We
Confusing.
won, right?
I guess you would have
Even
won
though if you
either
watch Band of Brothers, it really looks like the Americans won the whole thing by themselves.
Oh, obviously, yes,
But
of course.
seriously,
No, I know.
yeah,
Pretty
that's
tough
just
stuff.
a serious moment, yeah.
Yeah, pretty tough stuff. Turns out wars are bad. Listen,
Catherine.
tell me about it.
Catherine.
No, look, I studied history, so none of this is actually that.
And there's
shocking.
been more than just the two.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, yes.
You know, they call them 1 and 2, but there's been so many before that.
Ah, okay. Listen, let's talk about
Afghanistan.
Oh my God, no, please, let's not.
Awful.
No, we're not qualified.
War of the Roses.
We're not. Oh my God.
Mad. That war in the Lion King when everyone goes to
Please
the hyenas.
stop, Jesus Christ. Please.
Awful.
I have a question for you.
Peace, please. That's what I'd like.
Yes, me
Can
too.
we just say that on the
world
podcast?
peace, please.
Bit of world
Genuinely.
peace.
Yeah, agreed.
Thank you.
Because we had time to kill, and Helen and I just had to talk, but ultimately we have nothing left to say to each other because we know everything about each other, and if anything, we know too much.
She lay in my lap and I stroked her for
It
5
was
minutes.
really, really comforting. Actually, it was lovely. But while I was down there, she, I guess it's not apropos of nothing because actually my head was on your lap. Helen just goes, "What's the difference between lesbian sex and normal sex?"
No. Right. Not.
Where have I misquoted?
Okay, I feel like the quote correct, the setup unfair to me.
Okay.
We were talking about how long lesbian sex is, and I was like thinking in my head in silence, oh, maybe that's the difference between, and I was thinking, oh no, I guess penetration. No, there's got to be more than that. And
You
then
think
because I
lesbian
was
sex
thinking,
doesn't involve penetration?
tongue and fingers and pegging, right?
What, pegging?
I'm not being made to look an idiot right now.
Pegging is
Pegging
butt.
is anal, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still penetration.
Yeah, but
Huh?
we can use dildos on vaginas too.
Of course you can. Of course you can. I always fun.
Wow.
But then because I was thinking in my head, and then because I said normal sex.
You did. You really did.
I was trying to think of a way to make it
caught
sound
yourself.
better.
You went a normal sex norm. No.
No.
no. Just lady man sex.
Homo. What's the
You're
straight one?
hetero.
Heterosexual.
Why are we having to explain this?
No, I do know that. I know that. I'm very full of juice. I've got a lot of juice in me, and I'm very confused.
You can do pegging.
I could do pegging, yes.
Yeah, I think you'd be good at it. You have the stature, don't you think?
I definitely think I'd be someone who would get overexcited and forget the lube.
I think maybe like even if there was lube, you get overexcited and forget they were a person.
That's maybe true. But you didn't answer my question. You just said it's long. Lesbian.
Yeah, I guess I worry about answering the question because one, I can only speak for me, so then it feels quite exposing. Two, people don't generally ask straight people to explain sex, so then I feel like I then get like a little weirded out that people are listening for the wrong reason.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Like it's like you do feel weirdly objectified when you're talking about it. But I mean, okay, let's get into it. So
shall I explain straight sex
I would
first?
love that, please. Yeah.
Oh,
and then you do gay men sex.
Can we ask?
Yeah, we can
okay,
do
cool. Let's go.
Little learning.
But we are only talking about our own experience.
Only our own experiences. Right. Okay.
So you meet them and then they disappear and you never see them again.
Andrew, that is actually the exact opposite of lesbian sex.
But also knowing it is different in general with every single person. Okay, on average,
we're not selling this
to the closest minute. How long is foreplay? Andrew, go.
20.
Catherine, 20 minutes of foreplay.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I bet lesbians are like 2 hours.
Not in my experience.
Straight in.
We get to the fucking pretty fast. I'd have said like 5.
I would wonder whether, because like penetrative gay sex is maybe a bit more like a effort, I guess. You linger on the foreplay a bit more of a build up.
You've got to make sure you're like rock hard and focused.
Yes, that's it. I'm trying to build my concentration. Yes.
Yeah, you don't have to be. Yeah, I'd have said 5 to 10.
5 to 10.
And for the straights,
what would you do? Like hand stuff and mouth stuff is all foreplay, right? Anything before penetrative sex.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, if we're saying mouth stuff too, then if we're saying anything before. Wait, that can't apply.
Are we talking? No, so we're doing foreplay as far as just making out and handsies.
Yeah, because that cannot apply.
Anything before the grand event.
Yeah, anything before pants off.
Okay.
Oh.
I'd say no. Okay, anything before like down there.
Okay.
Oh, so like up top
before you head to the driveway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got ya.
Great. My driveway starts. Okay, cool. So I've got like a snail trail, right? Like those hairs that come under your belly. Okay, I'm gonna say 20 minutes. 20 minutes to warm up.
Fuck off. Never have I ever had straight sex where there was 20 minutes.
I will
foreplay.
say that might come from big tit privilege, that it does take guys in general about 10 minutes of I love you so much. 10 minutes of what the fuck and having their fun. That does kill time.
I guess it doesn't take so long to go, where are...
Oh, there they are.
Cool. I like asses too.
It's just they need a little bit of time usually.
That sounds nice.
It's nice, but after a while you are just lying there going, yep, my back does hurt sometimes.
What a joy to be such a physical wonder, though.
I know, a physical mystery.
Do guys ever get like if they use it like a weighted blanket, they just kind of get relaxed under there?
What?
Well, I think I know what you mean. Like put their head underneath it.
Yeah, and they get kind of so wrapped up in the joy of that moment they kind of forget about the sex.
Not as
really
of yet.
Are gay?
Yeah, I have no idea what's
Does
happening.
anyone ever get in under the boob and then just
a woman's
get
body is
sleepy?
like a weighted blanket for me, I guess. No, they want to like put it in their mouths and like play with it and like grab, and they love doing that smushing thing.
Why?
Oh yeah, no. To be fair, I love.
What do you mean? Why?
Yeah.
Catherine loves it.
Like you like hold them together and you really get in there.
Like cradle it like it's a child.
They don't do that. Absolutely
like that,
not.
and they rock it for a bit, and you go, wah. No, me
None
neither.
of that's
No, that doesn't happen. That doesn't
That's
happen.
absolutely not true.
Okay, but the main event, I'd say, for me, I usually, in an ideal world, come first. Before I come, and then we do penetrative sex.
Okay.
Because I'm like properly naturally
Do you
lubed.
take a while?
It does depend.
Interesting.
On like the person and also like where I'm at. Do you know what I mean? Like if it's like the first one of a while, then like not too long.
Yeah.
But like if it's like this I don't know, second round in within like a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the juice is running low. Not today though, obviously. I'm ready to fucking
full of juice.
Bath with bits at this point. Like an absolute pulp explosion.
Please stop it. Why are you
For anyone
like
wanting
this?
specific visuals, it's the Sainsbury's Taste the Difference freshly squeezed orange juice.
Truly hate you.
I love you.
Catherine would never gag like that on pod.
She wouldn't, would she?
Now I'm thinking about things that make me gag, and it's going to make me gag.
Okay.
So, but let's all just right. Can we just calm down?
we just
Sorry, can we also just make it clear? No spot shaming.
No,
At the end of the day, what was happening in my ear last summer in Devon was a very specific cacophony of shit.
It was pulsating though. I'm not shaming.
I
I'm
didn't
not shaming.
expect it to be out of the ear because it was already a little bit out.
Yeah.
And then it was just, I didn't expect it to erupt that quickly.
I didn't either.
Wow.
She was squeezing.
She was in there.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find the video when this comes out, and I'll put it on my Instagram the day this
pop
gets
on the
released.
Patreon. Pop it on the Patreon. If you really want to see it.
We sent you a video of the inside of my ear.
Oh my God.
It was welcome, Poppy Husted.
Oh, yeah,
welcome, Poppy.
This is perfect. Like, I love it. I kind of want to see it again. I know that's. But
I'm happy to send it to you.
Yeah.
You can show
Yeah.
it again.
Honestly,
Show
so
it
I
again
sent
this
it
time.
no, I'm not going to. You're at risk now, my love.
No.
I think you're at risk.
Will Sick ever come out with the gagging, or it's just pure gag?
I mean, like it's happened before. Like,
it?
so what originally
originally happened?
yeah, my origin story of my empathetic gag reflex. I'm an empath. Is that
Me too.
Me too. I remember watching a Tarrant on TV years ago. Do you remember that
I
TV
do.
show? It was on my
Wait,
TV.
Tarrant on TV?
Yeah, Tarrant on
Chris
TV.
Tarrant on TV.
I'm gonna have to close my eyes while I tell you this. It's just to control myself and ground myself, right?
Okay.
But I was watching it. I was a teenager, and there was loads of stuff like there's like they go, oh, it's mad what they do in Europe, and then you see like a flailing dick doing a helicopter or something.
Oh, meat spin, yeah.
That kind of meat spin, yeah. But they were like,
Meatspin.com, yeah.
they were like, look at what these people do on German TV. Aren't they mad, right? And it was like a German guy, like, hello. He was good, and he's like, it was like one of these like vox pops, people out in the street, and he goes,
I'm so fucking excited right now.
Okay.
This is because of Tarrant on TV.
Chris Tarrant has scared me. Okay, so the German guy is like, go to the people in the street, and he goes like, oh, would you drink this milk? And they're like, yeah, I'd drink this milk for like 20 Deutschmarks or something. And they're like, yeah, I'll drink this milk. And he goes, and then he, sorry, what is it? The milk was like 2 months. Sorry.
2 months out of date.
Yeah, 2 months out of date. So I should have brought. So he did it. He They couldn't even pour out anything. It came out straight. Like it came out as a solid bit. Oh God, I'm gonna be sick.
I'm scared it's gonna cause a chain reaction. I'm getting saliva in my mouth.
So the person. The story is.
Actually, stop. We need a safe word.
We do. So the person ate it. The person ate it. Anyway, that's the story. And then, and somehow in college, like we were all telling each other secrets.
There's more.
So I
No, wait, I need to get up for this.
Yeah.
I'm at an angle
I'm so
where if I
sorry.
move, I might pick. I've got to figure out a way now.
Okay.
If anyone knows watching on YouTube, I'm on the floor. And I've got my legs at an angle so I can't. So I'm going to slowly stand up. Alison, just stop talking.
Okay.
Okay, you know what? A bit came out, but it's black jeans. It's black jeans. The people of Guildford are going to get a very stale smell from me. Okay.
So
they ate it.
Yeah, sorry. They ate it, yes. And so in college, was just chatting about what has affected you most as a child. And I was like, I got this one. Told them that. Kind of did the same thing as what I did now, but vomit. Yeah. And I actually followed through. And this is I followed through. Vomit. And then anytime we had a house party or anything like that at the house, because these were my flatmates, they would then go, oh, I got a picture for you. Alison hasn't come over. And then they would describe it to me in minute detail. And they would talk about the texture and stuff. Sorry. And and I would vomit onto myself. They would follow me and talk about it.
Easy trick. And friends.
It didn't end well. Their friendship was over.
My trick is making my friend vomit.
So that's what would happen, and that's that. Really, I'm so sorry. I feel like
can we just take a fucking minute?
Yeah.
What did I say to you earlier? Bring a Catherine Beauvoir energy.
Hold on, just so that I can.
This song doesn't exist. If it existed, I would know about it.
Do you know what? It's called Minnie Mouse.
Oh, what a horrible. Here we go.
Oh, actually, I love it.
It's a really good song. Look at her vaping. I wish.
She's the woman of the year, Mickey Mouse. And the woman with the ears,
Minnie Mouse. Oh my God.
She's just a mouse, just a mouse. The Taj Mahal is just a house,
just a house.
What a house.
Oh my God.
Minnie, I love Minnie.
When did you move in with Helen?
July 2021.
Okay.
And I have to say, the first day I moved in was one of the worst days of my life. I was like, I've made a big mistake moving in with Helen.
Sunil Patel was over because he lives there. And then he invited over Jordan Brooks.
Okay.
And then I was having a nap, and then they came and woke me up.
That's really fucking
with
weird.
another comedian, Luke, who plays Frank.
That's illegal.
And then came in my room and woke me up.
You should go to jail. Okay.
Me and Sunil are in a bad place again.
Why?
I think it comes down to that. We had this. I basically had a chat with him the other day. We will not be friends until Love Island's ended. That's just it. So I had 2 litres of orange juice in the last 12 hours overnight.
Helen, no.
And I feel really bad.
Do you have the shit?
Like there's like
you're gonna.
The plug is in still.
That's crazy.
But I do feel like cold wise better, stomach wise really bad. And then Sunil Patel came over my flat last night and was like, "Oh, stop eating orange juice. You shouldn't have sugar so late. She's going to get too excited." And then he was right. I got really overexcited and started jumping on Neil O'Rourke and Heidi Regan and him.
You know what? I put up 2 pictures this morning.
That's what you.
Framed
That's a positive
photos.
contribution.
Well, with
to the
help
world.
from Sunil, but yeah, we put up 2 pictures.
Who are the photos of?
One is a painting of Mike Tyson biting off someone's ear, and the other one is a painting of Mike Tyson.
You're lying.
Feeding pigeons.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
Why do you have those, and where are they in your house?
They're his.
Where are they in your house? Hung up.
Living room.
That's really nice. It's like the 2 sides of Mike Tyson.
That's what he said. He wanted them next to each other because he's like, it tells a story.
That's in your living room. This is why you shouldn't live with men.
I went Friday night with Sunil Patel.
Oh yeah.
You heard of him? You know him?
I did, but he keeps avoiding my calls, and he never calls me back.
What?
And then today he hasn't wished me a happy birthday on my actual birthday.
Yeah, I got depression at the weekend, and Sunil said it did it to itself.
No, I really can't be doing with that.
Shocking.
Like, that's just not okay.
Absolutely shocking behaviour.
What a horrible, horrible man. God, nobody asked you.
No.
You're going to fuck this guy? This guy?
No.
This
Also,
guy.
shout out to the woman that does fuck him in that room. It's got like literally just like pileys everywhere, a fireplace full of shoes, and then 3 prints of nudie ladies on the wall.
Sunil fucking?
Like, no one.
Hello, Hogs. It's Catherine and Helen, and we have a massive favour to ask you. We have been so fortunate to be nominated for the National Comedy Awards in the Comedy Podcast category. However, as yet, we are only longlisted, which is such a thrill. But we are desperate to get on the shortlist. So eager. And the way you can help us do that, if you're a listener, is to go to nationalcomedyawards.com. If you don't listen to us on Patreon, if you are wondering how you can support us, this is genuinely so easy. It's free and it would mean so much to us. So it's nationalcomedyawards.com. Go to the comedy podcast category and vote for Trusty Hogs. And also tell your friends, maybe share it online if you could. We would be so appreciative. Either way, you have till the 16th of January, and we are begging you to vote for these guys because frankly, we just want a night out.
Fight for the pigs! Shall I do one as well?
Yeah, do you want to do a version?
We could do like an end of episode one or do.
Nice, yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for listening to Trusty Hogs. Catherine wouldn't let me be part of the original Please Vote for Us at the National Comedy Awards because I suggested that the way we get on the shortlist is you cut off our legs. Lol, lol, lol. So she loves it.
I'm so tired.
Please vote for us at the National Comedy Awards on Channel 4 website. And if you don't vote for us, I'll cry because I want to go to the awards with Catherine and be naked on the red carpet.
Also, we do objectively just want to be told we're better than other people.
We just need to be on the shortlist. You have to vote for us. You have to. You must. My dad's never hugged me.